You're listening to the ReachCast Show, your weekly stop for the latest and greatest in the PlanetSide 2 universe and its community.
What's up, everybody? It is November 12th, and you're listening to episode 59 of the ReachCast Show. Proud members of the Araxis Global Network and the Podcast Network. I'm your host, Adam, a.k.a. Torkz. With me tonight are my co-hosts, Tom, a.k.a. Noxx.
What's up?
And the big man himself, Mark, a.k.a. Deringer.
Come on,
This
you
is the
saw...
first time. Sorry.
Gotta step all over me, Tom. First time we've all been together this long, and you're like, Mark's not gonna say crap tonight.
I can't let King Pompous get in there.
I was gonna say, you guys saw me at SW Live. I am not a big man by any means.
We are brought to you this week by all our veterans here. Thank you. And also by great listeners like you via the Support the Show tab on ReachCastShow.com.
Okay, we're getting into this right now.
Oh, shit.
Thanks to the veterans, but do you guys know what my daughter watched? Let me step back. In school today, my daughter's class watched Pearl Harbor, the movie. The 2001 version of Pearl Harbor, the movie. You know, with Ben Affleck and whatever his name is. And I want to write a
pretty boy.
I don't know if I should write a letter to her teacher or not, because honestly, that's completely unacceptable.
That's historically accurate. You know that?
Ben Affleck was there. He got into airplanes and he fought.
Yeah, dogfight. You know Pearl Harbor was mainly a dogfight? It was nothing to do with ships. Yeah. Historically accurate.
I think you should email your teacher. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. This week we played with 666. We played with the Geek Hole. I can't remember what we called it. The Geek Hole Kill Squad. Played with DPSO. I killed a couple DPSO today. And some 40 deuce. Suck it, Blanco. Blew your head off. And I didn't think we played with anybody else. By the way, he blew my head off a couple times too. It's all fair. And this week's episode, we have some optimization stuff. The patch dropped. Hallelujah. And community stuff, etc., etc. Let's get to it. Here we go.
I'm going to get these mosquitoes in the air and rain down some hellfires on those fools. Oh no! What the f***? I should have listened to the ReachCast patch notes.
Been a while since we heard those sweet bells.
Oh, yeah. Mark, in February, they're going to watch Django Unchained to learn about slavery.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
You say that, and she said to me after I completely trashed that movie and brought up all the historical inaccuracies, she said, I have a permission slip that you need to sign because we're going to be watching a movie about slavery next. And now you say that? No.
Django Unchained.
It is going to be Django Unchained.
Probably
Great.
Roots.
It might be. Roots is too long.
Roots is pretty long.
Roots is like the week long.
How many hours long is that? That's a super long movie. I remember watching that back like, good Lord.
It's a mini series, not a movie. So
yeah.
Either way, it's better than freaking Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
Django Unchained isn't better.
Django Unchained. It's historically accurate Django Unchained.
All right. We had a patch or something, didn't we?
We did. We're gonna do this pretty kind of brief style because there's a lot of details in here most people probably don't care about. I found it pretty interesting. If you want to read the finer details of it, go for it. We'll have the link. But they optimized CPU usage, physics optimizations were made. They fixed shape, sound, and player processing, added frame smoothing option, which you should go look for in your graphics page settings if you want to use that, which I believe should be used if your computer basically can't handle spikes or something. Like if you can't play whatever, I'm not going to try.
So what you're saying,
I turned it off and I ran fine, but I have a pretty decent machine.
If Clippy pops up in the corner and says, "She can't take much more of this, Captain," you're supposed to turn on smoothing?
Jeez.
Is that how Clippy talks? Anyways.
Wouldn't you use it more often if it did?
Somehow picture like
the paperclip, and he's like,
He's gonna
picture like back in the day when you used to have those little people that dance on your desktop that would replace those things. have like Higby dancing, saying that.
Anyways, so they also changed the default settings. So if you hit restore to defaults, you will see different things than you did before. Or if you're loading for the first time, you won't even know what it was beforehand. All right, moving on. Animation, they made improvements. They improved player animation, movement animation. They reorganized. This was all a bunch of confusing stuff, so I'm summarizing it as best as I can. They reorganized networks and changed the way they process animations based on distance. And basically, this accounted for the biggest performance increases they saw on this patch. So that's pretty cool. There are some art optimizations, but who gives a crap? T-Ray sucks. And memory leaks and memory crashes were fixed.
So going back to the defaults, did they recommend that you delete your user options.ini file?
No, you can just do just reset the defaults or whatever it's called. And it'll do the same thing.
I know. I just wondered if because I remember in the past they used to suggest that a lot whenever they dropped a new patch to delete that and start from scratch. So
I saw a couple references to that on Reddit today, but I did not see if it was effective or not. So
I didn't try it myself, but I think I might before I log in next. Either way, there were some UI changes as well. So basically, the HUD has changed a lot. It's completely redesigned. If you haven't seen it yet, get in there and look at it. I think I described health bars as a sideways topography map, and Tom chuckled. They improved a lot of garbage collection for the UI. They improved some UI...
Inserting my chuckle.
They improved some UI timings by improving code communication, and they fixed a whole bunch of memory leaks with the UI, which was really important. They also did some UI HUD updates. Again, more optimization with code changes, and basically, to sum it all up, everything within the HUD was changed to help performance. Next up, they made a optimization pass on Indar itself, reduced some of the ecosystem masks, reduced poly count on most environmental objects, reduced occlusion calculations for most environment objects. Texture usage was reduced on some objects. They removed a whole bunch of redundant objects and replaced them with visually similar ones, which we've seen in the past, and I complained about in the past, wondering if it was going to unpretty the game. But finally, they adjusted some LOD distances. So, as you can see, just a quick optimization of Indar across the board. And as they said, Indar would be the first continent that they ran this full optimization on.
Alrighty.
It's still Indar side, so why wouldn't they?
Still is Indar side, yeah.
Some non-performance stuff that came in the patch. No more double loading screens. Tom's laughs. AV turrets and their projectiles should no longer disappear in large fights. The GPU particles disabled till further notice. All spawn timers are now the same at 15 seconds. Previously, spawn timers would scale based on location or type from 14 to 18, with the majority of spawns being at 18 seconds. Squad deploy will no longer drop pod players on the center of a base. It will instead spawn the player at the closest hard spawn point to the squad leader. Tested this today. I spawned at a sunder that was closest to my leader. No more drop pods.
I was at a whole different base.
Yeah, it's rough. Infiltrator recon darts will now send found enemies to the minimap for all allies in 150 meter radius, triple what it was at max cert. So it was crazy. I was using that today. I loved it.
Were you getting a lot more certs from it?
Dude, so many. I was at Indar Excavation, and I just threw one up, and I was like, cert. Or it was point 16. I was like, yeah, I was loving it. Increased drop speed of drop pods. They now accelerate as they approach the ground and reduce horizontal movement. I saw mixed results in this. Some I felt like I could move more than others. Sometimes I felt like I was a bullet flying to the ground. So I don't know. I played 2 or 3 hours today, so
maybe it's a bit buggy.
Yeah,
maybe.
I know that I heard reports that people said that some of it's not necessarily fixed entirely yet, so that might still be coming. And fixed ascending tells across servers. So that's you can now send tells across servers without problems. Onwards and upwards.
Yeah, they made some world changes, and all you people who hate nighttime, Amerish sky settings have been shifted 12 hours, so if you don't like playing in the night on Indar, you can go and play on Amerish. And Indar lighting is slightly darkened at dawn and dusk. Some outposts in Indar receive minor gameplay adjustments. Servant Amp Station has a secondary spawn room removed and now resembles the other amp stations, and Dahaka has gate shield generators now.
You know,
And
going back
there's
to that
lattice changes too, so check it out. Around the crown in that area, lattice changed.
so going back to the
yes.
going back to the darker skies, I thought that honestly this was probably the perfect answer to people complaining about night.
Agreed.
You know, it was such a simple response to those people complaining that you know, hats off to the devs over at Sony for thinking of that.
Congratulations. Good work. All right, community briefing.
Attention, soldiers! Get your bus in here for this week's community briefing.
All right, a few weeks ago we talked about Balance Pass post number 1, and this week Joshua has posted Balance Pass post number 2, detailing nanoweave and related features. We'll include a link to this in the show notes for everybody to go and read themselves if they've missed it. But to sum it all up, nanoweave will no longer increase the health pool. Instead, it will apply a percentage damage resistance to infantry small arms and vehicle secondary weapons. It will also no longer resist headshots. In response to this, bolt-action rifles are getting quote-unquote changed. They won't admit this is a straight-up nerf, but they're capping all one-shot headshots on a full health target to 150 meters, which could be tweaked later on. Finally, this change to nanoweave should remove the need for increased explosive damage that's currently in the game, and they expect to do a patch to reduce this so that explosions work better within the game. Now, I'm glad you made tonight's show, Noxx, because I know you would have something to say about the bolt-action rifles.
Whatever.
Well, I'll tell you, all I saw on Twitter when this came across was Torkz and Mustarde talking back and forth saying it sucks.
Well, only noobs cry about being killed with one shot, so that's all I have to say.
Well, one other reason that they put this in is they wanted to get away from the fact that a lot of people get killed by a sniper and then have no idea where that sniper was that killed them. And that,
oh, poor babies! I get killed
Isn't
by
that the
people
point?
all the time. Yeah, that's A. Yes, that's the idea behind the sniper. B. I get killed all the time, and I have no idea where the person was when they killed me because I moved into a stupid spot. Like, I almost never get sniped, and I don't know how people. It's like, just don't stand still like a moron, and you won't get sniped at a long range, at least.
You really want to fix that? Do the thing like TF2 does, where it zooms to like the person that killed you when you die, like in a freeze frame.
No, just don't. Don't stand still. It's not that hard. Like, seriously.
Well, I know they were also on Twitter.
I'm sorry, but anyone who goes, you shouldn't kill in one shot.
They were also talking about some specific lanes on Indar that were going to become infiltrator unfriendly now as a result of these changes potentially being thrown into the game.
They need to remove the S1 killing people in one shot then, and the Decimator, and the...
Well,
you know, you say that, but this nanoweave change might see that.
Because you stood still is too stupid. I refuse to play a game like this.
I don't... Good lord. Okay, Friday Night Ops. So, this week it's actually Thursday Night Ops on PTS. Most of the Thursday Night Ops was spent on the Crown playing the PTS.
I was there. I played with Maggie.
Nice.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I do want to give a quick shout out. Unfortunately, I don't remember your name because I'm bad like that. But to the guy who I think I killed and then sent me a tell saying loves the show, keep up the good work. Thanks for listening, bro.
Yo, bro. Swag YOLO. Good work. There was some QA at the end of the show. He said expect F&O to go back to its roots with more outfit spotlights and panels. Next week, the optimization panel headed by Atreon and its Murda and others will be guesting. The MLG Columbus booth, 20 PCs, get a TOG tag for playing, photo booth area, live streaming all 3 days. We'll try.
Because they learned not to just leave dog tags out of the table.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, my gosh. Somebody must have just rolled through one of these MLGs, I bet, and just walked away with them.
I thought we saw people on camera just dumping them into their bag.
Oh, yeah.
Into their Dr. Pepper bag.
Nope.
They said they will try to get Jackson Axeltoss to do live commentary. Scavenger hunt for shirts. Confirmed. New faction-specific sniper rifles will be coming with the Infiltrator update. Congratulations. All-day event on the 20th for the anniversary.
I'm excited about that.
Assuming that's triple station cash, please, thank God.
It might be. You know, I expect we'll see a lot of giveaways and stuff on the 20th.
Triple station cash is for all games, though.
It's true. It's true.
So I don't think it'll be that. It'll probably be
quadruple XP.
Maybe it'll be something fun, like if you log in and
you get a decal, first anniversary decal or something.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Or like a skin, maybe that stupid.
Oh, that would be nice.
One viewer complained that the VS were too hard to see at night and asked if a recolor was coming. Maggie replies, "No, I like them to be OP." And the last thing was, can't confirm or deny continent after Hawson, but Ceres will be a continent.
Yay, volcanoes.
Yeah. I want people to burn up. Sounds great.
I want people to burn up.
ChipMHazard posted a bunch of useful links, and it looked like other things. Or other things he's planning on.
No, it's chock full of links. ChipMHazard did some awesome work on this, I have to say.
No, but if you continue down, there's more. Oh, it's just all useful links. Infantry guide, infiltrator guides, light assault. Man, there's hundreds here.
And he gave proper credit to everybody who did them. Full links. It's a lot of work he put into this. If this doesn't get stickied somewhere, they're doing this guy a disservice.
And you know what's pretty cool? His Reachcast is number 2.
Were we really?
We're number 2.
Who was in number 1?
PSU.
Oh.
PSU Wiki.
Mm-hmm.
We're number 2, baby. We're number 2.
Yep. Sorry, King Pompous.
Hey, number 2 is not bad. We're the second.
2's the first loser.
We're the first loser. Maybe that's going to be my new NC character I make tonight's name.
First loser.
First loser.
2 is not a winner, and 3 nobody remembers.
Oh. All right, war report.
All right. Okay. I'm going to put a little disclaimer in the front that I hope this isn't too controversial, but I did watch episode 20.
Man.
I love that.
I watched episode 25 of the War Report this week. At the insistence of a number of community members that I talk to all the time. And, well, I'll just come out and say it. I had a few problems with this week's episode, and I'm a little disappointed with some of the stuff that I saw. And, you know, Kid Riot was someone who said I should come right out and make enemies. I don't know. Say it like it is and bring controversy to the game. I'm not trying to bring so much trying to bring controversy to the game, but like I said, I saw some things that I didn't like. So first off, they stated that they are switching the War Report to a King of the Hill format where Noxx will play everyone until they lose. And I said to myself, are you kidding me? So they're going to have Noxx every time, rifle stomping, some poor outfit.
Basically gets to practice every week while no one else does.
Exactly. Now, I will say that episode 26 is out there, and Noxx was not on it. Future Crew was on it, playing somebody else instead. And that one has its own set of issues that I can't even begin to get into. But at least Future Crew was a little more apologetic at the end of it. In fact, one of the members actually posted a full written apology after their episode on War Report. Not so much with Noxx. Which brings me to my next point. There was a player that was actually casting with Jax this week, not Axeltoss, and it was Winevitable. And at one point during the broadcast, I watched him send a tell saying what the Vanu outfit was doing at one point in the game. And he sent this to Zoid. And that left such a bad taste in my mouth. And if we recall, we saw something similar on one of our Community Clash episodes, where someone in Rage Quit was doing the same thing, and the next day, before anything could happen, the guys in Rage Quit kicked that person from the outfit. I do not believe the same thing has happened to Winevitable. And I really disliked what I saw there. Next up, the EU outfit that was playing Vanu, they were listed as UVG. They all had a bunch of different names and stuff like that in game, so I don't know if it was really UVG was the actual outfit. And if anyone from UVG is listening, I apologize if I'm butchering some of this stuff for you. But they did not have a representative casting with Jax, and they didn't even have that person or the outfit leader or the platoon leader in any sort of chat with them to, like when some of the other scrims I've seen, both people go back to them and say, "Are you ready? Yes, we're ready. Let's go." In this case, nothing like that happened. They were just told, "Okay, here's your target. It's a biolab. Go." And from reading the chat back, this occurred a half hour before the Vanu folks thought the game was going to even start. So they immediately were milling around in their warp gate thinking they had still had a half hour to prepare. And next thing they know, Nuck is outside the warp gate, completely warp gating them and destroying anything that takes 1 foot out of the warp gate itself. So obviously Nuck quickly took over the biolab. It's almost a 2-minute cap, done, and it made it a very almost unwatchable show. Now, I have faith in the people of the War Report that this was just a one-off event, and it should get better or will get better from here, because I do think that PlanetSide 2 can potentially be an MLG-esque type game. But I'm afraid that episodes like this are going to drive people away, and I think as a community, anybody who's interested in MLG, we just kind of need to tighten up a little bit and make sure things like this do not occur. And I'll be tuning into the next War Report because I'd like to see a much better episode. Do you guys have anything to add? I mean, I kind of just talked for a while there, but I left with a very bad taste in my mouth after watching this.
You got anything, Tom?
I said it all.
Nope. Nuck smashed out another outfit. Outfit didn't sound like it was prepared. It might be, is it their fault? Is it the people at War Report's fault? Who knows? Sounds like War Report wasn't prepared for the episode, maybe. Maybe the EU outfit wasn't prepared, I'm not sure. But
I think it sides more on the fact that Americans are stupid and don't realize that daylight savings is an American thing.
Maybe.
Well, maybe it's something as simple as making sure that both sides are ready to begin before you actually begin a match. I mean, that's just common courtesy.
Somebody said something on Reddit that might be related to the fact that they have like a certain amount of time at MLG that they can record for their show.
Oh, and that's definitely the case, because if you watch the chat on the episode, you'll see at one point Jack says, we only have the studio for so long. I'm sorry for what happened. Let's just at least make a show out of this.
So he did apologize.
So he did make an apology. I will say that. But this apology was made after the majority of the UVG folks logged off in disgust.
Oh, shit. No. Yeah. That sucks. That's not good.
Like I said, I expect more from MLG in the War Report, and I'll tune into the next episode, and I should see more.
Yep. All right. Community question for last week. Shilas asked, now that we're about to get Darker Nights, what do you think about it? Sorry, guys. I got a cold. Zaspis says, feels the Infiltrator gained too much from Darker Nights. Elite Eskimo says, looking forward to vehicle combat at night. Sorted says, thanks. Thinks people are going to turn brightness up to compensate. Gamma.
What do you guys think about that?
I think that it'll distort it too much and that it really won't give you that much benefit, although it might
If you do it correctly, it shouldn't work, because it should brighten everything.
Mm-hmm. Might just white everything out. You're going to get killed as well. Lucidius,
Yeah.
134 says, once underbarrel flare launchers. Tell you what I want. Underbarrel grenade launchers gone from the game.
Yeah, but
those things are so stupid.
There's no reason those should be in the game.
They're not used like for what a grenade launcher on a weapon is used for. They're used to one-shot people.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Well, let's talk.
I am crying about being one-shot.
No, they're just dumb. They need to be removed from the
We
game.
should talk about the flare launchers,
Skill
though.
shot. They don't have to hit me in the head.
The flare launcher's not a bad idea, though.
I agree with the flare launcher idea, by the way. I think it's great. I just think it threw me off. Zuck said, wonders if by making people use flashlights, it will decrease performance. I don't know.
A valid question. If there's a lot of more lights that have to be rendered,
it's an extremely taxing process.
Possibly, yeah. Warp Gun says give us weather instead.
I think he sums it up.
Yeah. This week's question: All right, actually, do you guys have any opinions on that? Darker Knights?
I want Darker Knights.
Do you?
I don't care how it benefits infiltrators. Like, I play this game to be immersed and have fun, and if it makes immersion feel cooler, then that's what I'm all about.
I think they need to get everybody a pure black ammo or camo, so we can all be VS.
Yeah, seriously. Wish I had
my opinion on this: bring on the Darker Knights, but at the same time, bring on the Infantry Lumifiber.
Oh, that would be amazing to see dudes run around with Lumifiber on.
It'd be like fucking laser tag.
Yes,
that'd be awesome. That would be a fun little. That would be such a fun experience.
Maybe that'll be the event on the 20th. All night
laser tag,
free Lumifiber for one day,
and
nighttime all the time,
and a complete.
And your
dark
Lumifiber
night.
is always on.
There's no shutting it off, and you can see it from like 100 yards
It
out.
shows up when infiltrators stealth.
100 meters out. Yeah, even with your stealth, you can see it.
I will say the other thing I will say, we are on a planet after all, and there are a night and day cycle, so not having Darker Nights is scientifically wrong. Is that the way I should put it?
Scientifically wrong.
Not having a night is scientifically flawed.
For such realism with this game.
I go for realism.
These are all pretty close to the North Pole, so. And we're at the time of year where they don't have a lot of nighttime.
Do they have daylight savings time on our axis?
Let's ask UVG.
All right, this week's question is the optimization patch bringing you and your friends back to the game? Simplistic, you can give us a simple, quick answer. Are you championing the PlanetSide 2 game again to your friends? Are you saying, friends, come back, play with me? Your computer.
I'll tell you my friends' responses.
What's
some
that?
of which I've already gotten.
No,
nice.
wait till next week.
Wait till next week.
Nice.
Okay. All right. One we haven't heard in a while. On to Reachcast Bug Report.
Is this going to be a stand-up fight, sir, or another bug hunt?
It's a bug hunt. What exactly are we dealing with here?
Reachcast Bug Report.
Yeah, the first bumper. All right, so this is a bug.
Collaboration between Mark and I to make that.
This is apparently this bug Mark found it, and I'm talking about it because it's my turn, and the text is blue. But
not only have I found it, but I've used it.
Oh, well. See, now you're admitting to cheating.
Well, I had to test it. I had to test it to see if it worked.
There's a bug that apparently has existed in the game for more than just recently. It's not like something that just came out with this latest patch, despite the fact we talked about a big patch coming out. So, basically, it's a grenade bug, and this is how you do it. You can resupply any grenade you don't currently have unlocked via certs, and use by checking the auto resupply checkbox, clicking the resupply button, and then exiting. Go back to selecting your grenade and then click on the grenade you want. Make sure the white dot appears in the lower left-hand corner and resupply your soldier fully. Bam, you now have grenade equipped and usable.
Oh boy, I'm going to get some conch grenades tonight. It's game time.
Well,
all right.
It is a bug and you shouldn't be using it because it could be seen as an exploit.
Says the man who just said he
Yeah. What's...
Oh, well, I said I had to test it out to see if it was still working.
Sure, whatever. On every
hypocrite much. You want to gimp me because you want to murder me with your VS guys.
Well, I found that I had all the grenades I really wanted unlocked. The only ones I could really test it on was the smoke grenades. That's the only one I hadn't unlocked yet.
Which is the perfect answer for snipers. If you don't want to be seen by a sniper, throw a smoke grenade out. Counter-Strike 101.
I'm glad we're going to CS rules now. All right, get the bad and the OP.
Have another drink on me, soldier.
Okay, thank you kindly.
If you can look hard enough past all the death and all the sorrow, there are good things. You must remember that we will overcome. The good, the bad, and the overpowered.
I'm guessing the Blues just tied.
Goal!
I was going to say, Blues just tied the game, didn't they?
Was it good? Yeah.
Jesus. All right, Mark, you're first.
Can't believe I'm supposed to go first, not you. So my good this week is I picked up a Nexus 7. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a great device. 7 tablet size is awesome. I love reading on it. I don't know. Do either of you guys own a 7-inch tablet?
I just read an article about how reading and using computers too much is bad for your eyes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I always heard
I look at my computer all day.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm going to go blind like at 30. Yeah, I always heard 7 inches was like the sweet spot for pretty much everything, so I think it's good.
Granted,
I have read on a Kindle, but I can't read on a tablet.
No.
The Kindle I could do. I like the Kindle. There's no light glaring in your eyes. But I'm still like, I'll buy a book before I buy a Kindle.
Yeah, see, I was the same way. I would buy a book before I definitely wouldn't buy a Kindle because I wanted a tablet that could do more than that. So obviously a Nexus 7 full Google device syncs with my phone. I have no issues. I got in on a deal that GameStop was having last week where they were offering the 2012 model, and yes, I know it's not the current newest model, but they were offering the 32 gig for $100. So I went for it instead of $229 for the new 32 gig model.
Just giving you trouble.
So
buying the latest and greatest will always cost you more.
Yeah, and
it's financially stupid.
For what I want to do with this tablet, I am pretty excited.
You're financially stupid.
It's pretty awesome.
I've already burned through one book in like 3 days, and
Nice.
I'm on to my second one.
It's nice. I just finished the Rare Chronicles last week. It
I
was
thought you were
awesome.
reading the
Wheel of Time?
Wheel of Time.
Just started that. I finished Rare Chronicles right before I started Wheel of Time. Yeah, it's a 3-book series. Oh, I guess it's a 5-book series. It was good.
Well, I just read Bone Shaker.
I actually heard of that. I have not read it yet.
Don't read it.
Don't read it?
It wasn't that good. The premise is cool. Steampunky. In Seattle, a machine unleashes gas that turns everybody into zombies, so they wall in the city of Seattle.
Oh, jeez.
And it sounds cool.
It's like real life.
It wasn't really a good story. All right, but
Isn't
anyway,
like steampunk stuff, like cool because of the visuals.
yeah, this
How
wasn't
does
that
like
good.
work in a book?
It wasn't that. It was okay.
He used his crazy-looking watch to churn butter. I don't know.
There was a lot of gas masks. There's a lot of
Interesting example.
there's a lot of dirigibles. Okay, so my bad is that after the patch, when I try to play on high, I'm fully GPU restricted, and I'm seeing less performance as a result of that. So that's my only complaint about the patch.
You should try the file and see if that changes it for you.
That's why I said, maybe I'll delete that and go back in and see if that makes any changes.
All right, my good is the patch. I'm running at a solid 60 with the smoothing on. My bad is that I'm still having friends that cannot run the game still after this. I expected even people with lower PCs have been able to run it.
You're supposed to save that for next week.
What was it? Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah.
All right, figure out a new bad real quick.
My new bad is that the
Blues tied the game.
Blues tied. All right, Noxx.
All right, my good is that with the patch, I get better FPS and all that, but the best part of this patch is that I can Alt-Tab in full screen windowed mode now. That's the
I didn't even
greatest
try
thing.
that. I should try that.
I just do it out of habit, and then it worked, and I was like, "Holy crap! I can Alt-Tab!"
I do it out of habit too, but
ever.
I didn't try, so I'm gonna have to do that from now on.
My bad is that League of Legends mystery gifting ended. I got my last 3 gifts.
No more furry stockings for your...
I didn't get Armor of the Fifth Ages Tarek. I did get Lollipoppy, though.
You know what my other bad is? That
A rape scene. Like
Sony
game.
hasn't sent me a PlayStation 4 yet.
Oh, come on.
You're such a...
They sent Francis one. Where's mine?
And Francis, quickly destroyed it in some sort of rage video, I'm sure.
No, he didn't. Did he
I watched it.
Did you watch him throw the PS3 over his shoulder?
I thought that was an Xbox he was throwing.
Oh, maybe it was. I thought it was the PS3. Anyways, he just tosses something over his shoulder.
Well, Oh, this controller's so nice. He just throws it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Let's do...
Big back.
Big back.
Oh, it's a perfect morning. Great timing, the mailman's just coming.
Morning. Here's the mail. Big bag, big bag. See you later. must have been ready to get away. Very strange. What's the sticking sound? Going to take a look here in this bag of mail. Oh no!
Now you just open the Reachcast mail bag.
Alrighty. First email.
We didn't have any phone calls this week.
Nope.
You're all dead to me.
I'm crying.
First email this week is from David, and he says, regarding the question about how we think of the Darker Knights in PlanetSide 2, I play a TR outfit on Waterson, and I think the Darker Knights are a good thing. Yes, there is a chance that somehow some players may crank up the gamma to give themselves the ability to see, but for the majority of players, the Darker Knights will give them an immersive and graphically pleasing experience. It will change night into something to prepare for in your choices for equipment and vehicle options. I hope they put the Darker Knights back in the game.
Yeah, Lumifiber, baby, on.
Next.
I agree with David. All right, this
I
one's
do too.
from Sermana. Hello, Reachcast. On the subject Darker Knights, I feel this will be a very positive thing to bring to the game, as the Knights Knight now do not feel that different to me, and I rarely see transition. However, with the Darker Knights, the game will be very different, as people who have to use night vision scopes and flashlights, hopefully, this will make huge battles a lot more beautiful, as a lot of different projectiles will light up the areas and show where troops may be advancing from. Also, the Darker Knights will make a very good time to turn a squad into a full-blown ninja squad, as they will be able to silence the enemy without having to worry about cover too much, as they can blend into the darkness of the night. Thanks for reading. Terran Republic, Sermana.
Only through Vanu.
You know, I didn't even think about all that stuff that he said. Can you imagine with the physics turned on, how much more fun playing in a Darker Knight would be with all the explosions going off and the sparks flying?
I think both these guys would like a November 20th Lumifiber free day for infantry.
Well, I guess
nighttime, all day long.
I guess now we got to make them turn physics back so it works, huh?
Yeah.
You hear that, T-Ray? If you don't want to suck anymore, you'll do it.
Yeah,
Wow.
T-Ray, from now on I'm playing on low settings until physics turn back on.
It's very low.
Just like Murda. Me and Murda.
Oh.
Alrighty. Thank you.
For about a fifth of the player murder is.
I'd say I'm even lower than that.
That's pretty mean. Jeez.
I'm like a 50th.
See, he's meaner to himself than I am to.
It's the truth. Murda's a god.
Thank yous for the week. We have everyone who's responded to the Shilas's community question for the week. Thank you. You made my day, even though there's no way in hell I'm going to write all 65 of your names. The contact info for the show website, reachcastshow.com. Email reachcastshow@gmail.com, the great Gmail. Call us, 415-787-3224. Stop writing us emails. We don't like reading. Send us an email.
Torkz can't read.
I'm a terrible reader.
I actually just learned how to read last week. Show Twitter.
Clifford, the big red dog.
I
for the
did,
first
and
time.
it was by far the most
The very hungry caterpillar.
Oh, that was a good one too. Yeah, that was my second day. My show.
Have you moved up to Curious George yet?
Oh, I haven't met it yet. I'm missing some of my. I can't remember the second.
How about that Ricky Tikki Tembo No Shot Rembo book?
What the hell is that?
All right. I don't even know where you're going with this. The show Twitter is @ReachCastShow. The my Twitter is @ReachCastTorkz, and Timo was taken.
I'm at Noxia.
And I'm at the Deringer.
All right. As always, thank you for the rest of the crew that's not on the show, or you at least can't hear, because right behind me staring at me as I do the show. Steve, Cliff, John, Jenny Boo, and Hama. That's it for the show. I'll see you guys next week.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, Sergeant. You made the call. All right, soldiers. You've done a great job here today. Let's get our stuff and get the hell out of here.